What's up, everybody? So I'm finally going to share with you guys a baseball card that I'm adding to my collection. A baseball card that I've been looking for a very long time. It's not a card in particular, but it's of the player. Now, I'm a baseball fan, but I'm also a baseball historian. I love the game and the history of the game. And that's what collecting is all about, because you get to find some pretty awesome baseball cards along the way that you just want to add to your collection. And as I've been told, I have a pretty museum-style collection. I still don't see it, but I do like collecting players that impacted the game throughout the years of baseball. I'm very excited to share this with you guys. This is what collecting is all about. I have a question for you guys. How many of you guys are still looking for that one card to add to your collection since you got back into collecting? You know, I've been collecting again for about like a good 10 years-ish, roughly around. Never found this player. And what's crazy is it's not a particular baseball card, it's of the player. And I finally get to add it to my collection. That being said, I'm going to share with you guys a small little clip that I found on YouTube. And hopefully you guys enjoy that documentary, because it takes part of the card that I'm going to share with you guys. Small little clip, about 3 minutes. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys learn something. And let's show you some cards. So, pretty excited to share this with you guys, man. Oh yeah. Let's take a look.
Here in the city park in Mansfield, Missouri, you'll find a memorial to hometown baseball hero Carl Mays. He was one of the greatest pitchers of the 19-teens and 20s. In fact, his statistics are superior to many other pitchers in the Baseball Hall of Fame. He would probably be in that hall if it were not for one pitch. Carl Mays was born in 1891 and grew up here in Mansfield, Missouri. His father died before he was 10, and young Carl had to help the family survive.
They were desperately poor. Carl, they had a gun, but they didn't have money for ammunition. And so Carl learned to kill squirrels and rabbits by throwing rocks at them.
Such a feat helped Mays become a very accurate thrower. He latched on to the game of baseball, and locals in the Mansfield, Missouri area remember the young man's abilities, chronicled here at the local historical museum.
Carl used to play baseball with them even when he was older, and he would just use one hand to hit with when he played with them, but he would still hit it over the trees in the orchard.
But pitching was Mays' specialty, a talent that took him to the majors. He debuted with the Red Sox in 1915. He and his minor league teammate and longtime friend, Babe Ruth, were called to the majors together. He was known as Carl Sub Mays for his delivery style.
Even his knuckles would rake the ground as he came through with delivery. They said the ball was very hard to see. He looked much like an octopus out there coming toward you.
In 15 years, he compiled over 200 wins and over 800 strikeouts, earning 4 World Series titles in the process. But despite his stellar statistics, it is one pitch to Cleveland Indian Ray Chapman for which Mays will always be remembered.
August 16th, 1920. It was a very hot, muggy day. It's been described a little cloudy, and perhaps Chapman didn't see the ball coming.
Mays was known to pitch inside, but this pitch was too high and tight. Witnesses said Chapman never moved when the pitch was delivered.
Carl was unaware that the ball had hit him in the head. He's quoted as saying that he heard it hit, it came back to him. He fielded the ball and threw it to first before he realized that the batter was down.
Chapman collapsed twice on his way to first base. He was taken to the hospital, and an operation was performed that night to repair a skull fracture. He died the next morning.
Carl even went before the district attorney and was completely exonerated of any purposeful act. But the baseball league in itself never really came around to that conclusion.
Ty Cobb campaigned to have Mays banned from baseball, but Mays went on to pitch another 9 years. He was quiet, yet generous to those here in his hometown. Today, Mays is in the State Sports Hall of Fame, and locals continue to share his full story, so his career is not remembered for just one pitch. Carl Mays had an amazing career, playing with the likes of Babe Ruth and amassing statistics worthy of the Hall of Fame. And if the folks in this town have their way, someday he will make that haul in Cooperstown. Traveling the countryside in Mansfield, Missouri, I'm Andrew McCrae.
So how did you guys like that American Countryside documentary? Pretty cool, huh? Nice little short film I wanted to share with you guys so you guys can have an understanding of what I'm going to share and show you guys. But check this out. A 1921 Carl Mays, which is probably the highest grade of any pre-war card I have. You know, I paid $175 for that. But this is pretty cool. Look at this. A nice little submarine kind of action of him throwing the ball. Pretty cool. Here's the back. Now, this isn't the card I want that I'm excited to share with you guys. Not even, dude. You can find Carl Mays all day. This is the card I wanted to share with you guys. A Ray Chapman baseball card. I've been looking for this player for a good solid 10 years. Never came across it. I would often look every week, every month. Never came across it. This is probably the most searched baseball card in my collection, behind the Shoeless Joe Jackson, because that was a very hard baseball card to find as well. But this was even harder. I've never ever came across a Ray Chapman baseball card. Now, if you guys were paying attention to that documentary, this guy threw the pitch. It hit this guy. This guy ended up dying. He's the only player in baseball who died being hit by a pitch. The only player. Here's the back. And yeah, it's not a cheap card. Tape right here. It was somehow cut in half and then taped back together. But, you know, I'm a collector. I'm not, you know, one of those flippers, so I don't really care. This is staying in my collection. I'm just glad to have this card in my collection because I have a lot of cool ass baseball cards. And like I said, I love the baseball historian, the baseball facts, the baseball stories. And this is just two cards that I get to add to my collection, which involves another story. And I'm really, really excited to add these to my collection. A card I've been looking for a very, very long time. Again, I want to know what your card is. What card you guys are looking for? What card did you guys find that you guys been wanting to add to your collection? Because this is one for me. The Shoeless Joe Jackson's another one for me. The 52 Mano was another one for me. And my list isn't all that great big, but I got a pretty solid list of cards of players that I wanted to collect and keep in my collection. And this is just one of a good handful that I have in my collection. Just really excited to have this and add this. Damn, cool, man. Ugh. And I finally get to share this with you guys. Sweet. So, tell me what you guys think. Did you guys hear about Ray Chapman, Carl Mays? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you guys learned something new today. Hopefully. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But, that's what baseball collecting's all about, man. Well, enjoy your Sunday fun day. See you guys all later. Toodles.